Hey guys, it is Carly bringing you day number 30 of my 31 days of horror, and for today's review I'm going to be talking about a movie that is very loosely a Halloween movie, not really a Halloween movie at all, but it is set on October 31st according to a calendar that is featured in the movie where you see pumpkins and the 31st is crossed off, indicating that it is October 31st. So today I'm going to be talking about Day of the Dead from, of course, George Romero. Day of the Dead's plot is basically a small group of scientists and soldiers are kind of hiding out in this underground, like, missile place thingy. I forget what it's called, the technical term is for it, but they're hiding out because they're trying to figure out what to do about all these zombies that are still taking over. They're doing research and also trying to come up with a plan to, keep themselves safe and things like that. So that is the basic story, and I gotta say, I'm not a big fan of zombie movies in general. I really respect George Romero. I can appreciate what he's done for the horror genre with the zombies. Night of the Living Dead is definitely my favorite of his zombie films, and this would definitely come in second for me. I just think this movie is very well acted and has a lot of good special effects going on for it. The story is pretty solid. I like the aspect where there's some guys who are just like, very like bunch of hard asses who just want to like fight off these zombies type deal, and then you got like the mad scientist type character who's trying to actually study the creatures and zombies and see what's going on, like see why they're not dying, and like if they can train them to be more human and have feelings and things like that. I like those two just separate, like there's a divide in these people, and it is of course more of a contained type horror film, and that makes it even worse because these people are all in this very contained, like claustrophobic type area, and they don't all agree with each other. So that in itself is always horrifying to me, when you have groups of people who can't get along very well and they're starting fights, aiming guns at each other, wanting to fist fight, things like that. That always freaks me out. It's like real life horror in a way. Like I said, the effects are really good in this, like the special makeup effects, and the gore is solid. When people get killed, you just feel like that is the worst possible way to get killed, is to be eaten by zombies. It looks like real like flesh and blood coming out and things like that. Definitely like the best in the Dead series. I like the aspect with the character Bub, who is obviously a zombie that they've captured. The scientist is trying to keep him. Sorry, I keep calling it, like, I always forget the people's actual names. If you held a gun to my head, I wouldn't remember, and I'd be killed. But, you got, like, the scientist trying to, teach him how to be human and see if he remembers things from his actual life and stuff like that. I think that's awesome. And I like the female character lead, whose name is Sarah. I actually remember that. She does a solid job as well. I always thought she was a very strong female lead. My opinions on this movie, like, I mean, when I first saw it, I just thought, like, oh, it's a really good zombie movie and things like that. I've seen it, like, at least 3 or 4 times in my life so far, and every time I see it, it is another one of those films that just goes up and up on the scale for me. It is pretty entertaining. I kind of had it on, like, as background, like I was watching it, but I was doing other things while watching it, and I kept getting focused back onto it because I was interested in what was going on, even though I've seen it before. And the captain character is like a total dickhead. Like, he just looks perfect for the part. Everyone who plays the characters look great for who they're playing, so I just think overall this is a great film. Solid acting, perfect cast, perfect gore and special effects, and highly recommend this. I'm sure everyone has seen this by now if you're a huge horror fan, but, if you're not into zombies, this is definitely the type of zombie movie for people who aren't even so much into zombie movies. It just has a lot going for it with the story and things like that. So I give Day of the Dead a 9 out of 10. Thank you guys once again for joining me for day number 30 of my 31 days of horror. We are almost done with this, so I'll see you for the last one in day 31.